Welcome to the Sales Training Overview. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get started selling mobile apps to small businesses and really help you jumpstart into becoming a successful mobile app partner with us. But before I do, I really want to expose you guys to the world of sales so you can properly set expectations on what it's really going to take to be successful. And if you look at these stats, the ones at the top and the bottom really stand out to me. For example, 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. So that would mean you talk to a prospect once, you get a kind of a maybe, or you send them an email and you never hear back, or you give them one phone call and they're busy and you just never follow up. And when you do that, you're just not going to make sales. And then if you look at the bottom, 10% of sales are made on the fourth contact. And the point here is 80% of sales are made on the fifth to 12th contact. So when you're selling mobile apps or really any sort of product, you need to be motivated, you need to be persistent, and you need to have an attitude where you simply just don't give up. And one person that really never gave up that I'm going to share in a second is just the definition of success. So, how bad do you want to succeed in this industry? And a quote I want to share with you guys is some people want it to happen, some people wish it would happen, and then others make it happen. And this is a great story because this is really how your success is going to be determined. It's entirely up to you. The more work you put in, the more results and the more sales you're going to get out. So, again, if you want to make this happen, if you want to become a successful partner with us, you need to put in the work. And it all comes down to how bad do you want to be successful because you need to be self motivated. You need to follow up with businesses. You need to understand the sales process. You need to learn the techniques that we teach you and apply them during your sales conversations. So I'll give you a little bit of a story about me. This is a picture of me in 2010 when I was first starting business apps, and this was me presenting business apps to my business competition plan on campus, and it was really just a concept, but I developed the product. I sold the first 50 mobile applications myself. I designed them. So I was essentially a reseller, the very first reseller in a way. And there was just nothing that was going to stop me. I was so self-motivated. I knew this was a market that was just ripe for disruption because mobile apps at that time were just extremely expensive and they still are today. And I started business apps to simplify, speed up, and really make mobile apps affordable and available to small businesses. And to see where I am today, I probably would not have guessed our business have would have gone this far, but this is a picture of me with the mayor of San Diego opening up our San Diego office. So my point here is just if you believe in yourself enough and you put in enough work into this program, you will be successful 100%. We have countless successful resellers, and all of their success is completely driven by their self motivation. It's how much work they put in. We do not have one successful reseller that picks up the phone once and closes a deal on the spot. It takes time and it takes effort. And so, if you know that going in, you're going to be much more successful in the long term. So some other stats I want to share with you is 44% of salespeople, again, give up after one follow-up. That's absolutely just insane in my head. So when you are going through this process and you are selling to small businesses, you need to be persistent. You need to learn from your mistakes. You need to even ask for feedback. If you have a bad phone call, ask them, how could I do better? Or if a prospect isn't getting back to you, continue to follow up until you get a yes or a no. And again, the average salesperson makes only 2 attempts to reach a prospect. So you really need to be reaching out more than at least 7 times before moving on with any sort of prospect that you're speaking to. And then this one right here is pretty much the summary of what I'm really trying to get down to is 88% of closed deals require 5 follow-up phone calls after the initial meeting. So you need to be persistent because nearly half your competitors won't be, and that's a huge opportunity for you if you just understand that it takes work, and that work that you put in will pay off in spades when you are successful selling mobile apps to small businesses. And just to give you an illustration, this is kind of the world that you're going to be entering. If you make 100 calls, you could probably expect about 20 conversations, and then four of those are going to turn into deals. It truly is a numbers game. So the more calls you make, the more appointments you're going to set, the more conversations you're going to have, and then the more deals that you're going to close. And obviously, this is really dependent on your sales skills or previous relationships that you have with business owners. But if you're starting off completely cold and you don't have a lot of sales experience, this is the work that you're going to need to put in to really make yourself successful selling mobile apps to small businesses. But lucky for you, we have a program that's proven to work, and I'll go over that in more detail later. But to start, I'm going to show you the ways that we've seen our partners see success. Traditional cold calling absolutely works. Business networking, referral programs, email marketing campaigns, and then Facebook ads, search engine optimization, and other online marketing tactics for inbound leads. I would recommend these for resellers that are a little bit more advanced because they require a lot more time and effort and resources. And then also just walking into businesses really works. Just go into a business, start a conversation, and that also falls into the second bullet item, which is just relationship building. This is a relationship business where you need to connect with business owners. The most common markets we see our resellers go after are the ones you see here. You'll see restaurants are our largest market, and then you see schools, hair salons, churches, wineries, just a whole bunch of different industries that you can go after. But whichever one you go after, make sure that you understand that industry inside and out and you focus on it. So when you go and present to a business owner, you give off the impression that you understand their business better than they do. And just a general overview of our process is you're going to prospect and generate leads, and we'll teach you how to do that. You're going to create a sales cadence of emails and phone calls, and then you're going to schedule an appointment. And then once this appointment is scheduled, during the appointment is where you share insights that you found on the business in terms of how are they doing in social media? What is their loyalty strategy? Do they have any sort of mobile strategy at all? How does their website look? Do they have an email marketing strategy? Really just challenging the business owner to think differently about their business and then closing the deal. You use closing questions, and then in this point, timing is everything. And we'll go into more detail on each of these, but this is just a general overview. As you prospect, you reach out to small businesses to set an appointment. During the appointment, you share insights about their business to help them understand some things that they may not know about their business, where they're winning and where they're losing. And then you challenge them to think differently, and then you close the deal using closing questions. And when I say rethink, I'm talking about the world that we live in has absolutely changed. So we used to just live in a world where the internet reigned king and everyone would find information from their desktop computers, but that has completely changed. We now live in a world where it's not a mobile first world anymore. That has changed. We're in a mobile only world. So every single business needs to rethink their customer experience, their customer loyalty, their customer advocacy, and their customer ranking strategies. And if they don't, they're simply going to fall behind. The world that businesses live in and the way that they market their business to their customers has fundamentally changed, and it's your job as a partner with us to educate businesses that their customers have moved away from the areas that they may be marketing in, and they need to connect with their customers where they are, and that's on their mobile devices. So here's a quick quiz to go over basically this PowerPoint, and we'll go into some more of these strategies in a little bit more depth in just a bit. Thanks.